All right. Test.
Test.
No. Dave Buck's, he's alive and well. No more
Good,
deaths.
okay.
No more
Okay.
deaths here.
Okay.
But he's been asked if he is maybe going to play Bane in the DC universe. Now, Bane is you might know as the villain in the Batman villain.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the James Nolan trilogy, played by
Tom Hardy. Yeah.
Tom Hardy. Thank you. A very interesting version of Bane.
I was born in the dark.
That's right. In the comics, Bane had a whole venom thing that would pump into his body and make him huge, and he broke.
Which they stuck pretty
ahead.
close to in the awful Batman and Robin movie, where with Poison Ivy and Bane,
That's
where he was
right.
just.
Yeah, I forgot about
They
that.
kept it straight to the comic book on that because that's exactly what it was.
That's actually how I get Nick ready for this podcast. Is I pump him full of my venom.
That's right.
And it gets pumped through his veins, and then he gets ready to go.
Podcast time.
You got to see Nick when he doesn't have
his balls.
That's right. You got to see Nick at normal size. Very tiny. Very tiny. Yeah. No, but so he basically said, "No, I'm not doing that. It's the DC universe." He sort of let some. Then this is before the announcement that came out, within the last day or so, that we'll talk about here in a second here. But he basically acknowledged that James Gunn is going younger with the DC universe, and that he is actually, I didn't realize he was my age, 54 years old. So
yeah, he's really old.
Yeah.
Wow.
But he basically said, I can't do it physically.
Why don't you look like that?
There's no way.
Yeah.
I can't. Yeah. I got some work to do.
Well, have you seen him with his shirt off? It's a little bit.
Yeah, now this is
pumping full of my venom, and holy.
This is pre-venom. I'm in pre-venom mode on the podcast
I see.
right now.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway, so I thought that was interesting, and then along the same line, so James Gunn did just announce, 2 days ago, so 31st, the first 10 projects of the new DC universe led by James Gunn and Peter Safran. So I thought this was kind of interesting here. So
I'm wild about Safran. I don't know if you ever knew that about me.
Mm-hmm. So the first one. So obviously we know this went on this year. So you're going to have the Flash coming up. They're saying now the Flash is going to kind of reset the entire universe. Now I remember years ago in the comics, they had the whole Flashpoint storyline, which is similar to this movie. So Flash basically tries to race back in time and save his mom from being killed. They kind of touched on this on the Flash series and everything here, so too. And he kind of messed up the timelines. We know with the Flash movie, we're going to see Michael Keaton reprise his role as another version of Batman in that universe. But in the comics, after Flashpoint, DC took the opportunity to do just that. They reset the entire DC universe years ago. Everything went back to issue number 1. Everything. So they had younger Superman again, Batman, the whole thing. So they just kind of reset everything and kind of went forward from that point. Now they've kind of messed with it ever since, but it sounds like James Gunn probably saw that storyline. Maybe that's what he's thinking. This is the opportunity with the Flash movie, maybe to reset the universe and kind of move on from here with younger characters. Anyways, we got the Flash this year. We know we got Aquaman 2 coming, or 3, whatever the hell it is, coming up. We got the Blue Beetle this year. We got Shazam 2. After that, now they're going to get more into James Gunn and Peter Safran's plan. So
he's from what James Gunn said is that the upcoming Superman movie, I guess Superman Legacy.
That's correct.
If I'm not mistaken, is going to be like the first of phase 1, so to speak.
Gods and Monsters, he's calling the phase 1 here.
Yep.
So, yeah. So you got Superman Legacy. So it's a younger Superman working at the Daily Planet, like the classic comics, trying to balance, it's the classic Superman. Clark Kent working in Superman.
What people wanted to see Henry Cavill do.
Right.
You know what I mean? You went straight from Smallville to killing
Superman.
Zod.
That's right.
Yeah, people wanted this. People are interested in that dichotomy of Superman and Clark Kent, and you didn't give it to him. You gave a whiny Clark Kent for like a quarter of the movie who didn't want to do, help anybody. And that's not what Superman was. Superman was, he probably had moments, but like they had him like really kind of in the dumps and not wanting to help everybody. Superman is the corny, good guy. He is the all-American truth, justice, and the American way. That's what Superman is.
Right.
And I think, and I hope they get back to that.
You should tell America to get back to that too.
Right?
Right.
But, man, let's start with Superman, right?
No, it's a great place to start. I mean, that's if you think of DC Comics.
I'm trying with my leather jacket, but
you're gonna think of three characters probably DC Comics. You're gonna think of either Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, probably Superman first, right?
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you. Let's get that character right. They are still making. J.J. Abrams is still making a version of like a different Superman universe. It's a black Superman, which is I don't know if it's going to position it to be sort of an offshoot, whatever. I don't know, but
with the Flashpoint, like you
concept.
said, you could do so many. You can do as many different. You can do Robert Pattinson's Batman, which isn't going to be in this particular DCU, but it is going to be part of the different universe, but still in DC comic universe. Is that, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, they just announced a sequel to the Batman as well. The Batman.
See,
2.
there you go.
Yes,
so you could have the same character, different ideas and different directors and everything. Just they're not in that universe.
Yeah, well, look at comic books in general. How many times does a character get rebooted and redone in this storyline or that storyline? And how many variations of Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, Iron Man have you seen in comics over the years? And there's multiple different versions.
In the beginning of this podcast, Nick was a small calico kitten. Not many people know that.
That's my favorite version of me personally.
Mine too. They're adorable.
Especially when I lick my little warm milk out of my saucepan. Adorable. At least I think it's warm milk. It's warm and it's milk color.
It's my venom.
No, but you're right. I mean, in the comics, even they definitely have different storylines that are outside the normal storyline, but it's an interesting story with that character. Like Batman, they do a ton of these. It's an offshoot of Batman. It tells a story. It's not necessarily running with the same universe, but that's okay. It's an interesting Batman story.
You could do so much.
That's all we need. It's perfect. You don't need to worry about tying it. It's okay. It's fine.
Like all of us have multiple pairs of pajamas, so you would imagine so would Bruce Wayne. So you could do so many different versions.
Right.
Sometimes you feel the purple velvet. Sometimes you feel like the black velvet. Sometimes you feel like that kind of charcoal gray velvet.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a royal blue velvet. Sometimes it's a dark one. I'm not done. There's many colors. There's a red velvet, kind of like the cake. Sometimes perhaps a rich golden velvet color. And perhaps another time there may be a bright orange when you're feeling very festive.
When did he turn into a Southern gentleman for this list? It was like just morphed right into a Southern gentleman. I like it.
A nice mahogany brown velvet, perhaps. I'm done now. Go ahead.
All right. He ended with Cleveland Brown, apparently.
That's
a nice mahogany brown.
Yeah. That's good.
And sometimes you just put on your nice thin man thong. See where that takes you in the night. Okay.
Another movie they're doing.
I need new pants.
Is called The Authority.
I think the rest of the podcast should be just like this for all three
I like that. I would do a whole podcast like the Southern Gentleman.
Southern Gentleman.
Yeah. Yep.
I say it's not a bad idea. I turn into Foghorn Leghorn.
That's actually what mine ends up doing.
Yeah.
I have to, if I raise my voice, it goes from Southern Gentleman to a Foghorn Leghorn. I said, now, boy, get over. Oh God, boy, you're killing me.
I simply can't keep this excitement under wraps.
Put a pin in that. That's going to be the outro right there, I think, right there.
Which one?
Foghorn Leghorn / Southern Gentleman. I like that.
Yeah, okay. I like it.
Southern gentleman Bruce Wayne in his pajamas.
that boy's about as sharp as a bowling ball. Yep. All right.
And I could stick my fingers in both of them.
I don't know what the authority is. The authority's on the movie that they're making here, so it's Wildstorm characters. I think this is like a military group of characters, something along that line. I'm not exactly sure what these are.
I think it's going to be like very close to if it's one I'm thinking
like Suicide Squad-ish.
Yes. Okay. Kind of like the gray bad guys, like not good guys. I mean, they're good guys, but they're not villains. But they do kind of things in questionable ways.
Okay. Guys that do bad things but still have good hearts down in there. You just got to unlock it sometimes.
That's right. That's right. And then the Brave and the Bold. Now, this is going to be a live-action Batman movie that will have Batman and Robin. Mm-hmm. Robin will be the version of Damian Wayne, who is the son of Bruce Wayne, and Talia al Ghul. So Ra's al Ghul, you might remember, was a pretty famous Batman villain for many years, but it was portrayed by Liam Neeson in the Nolan trilogy.
No, Damian, and that boy's father's just as fucked up.
That's right. So his daughter had an affair with Bruce Wayne, and Damian was born and came back as Robin. So it's going to be the first live-action Robin since Batman and Robin. Played by
Nick, the great. Hey Nick, when's the last time you saw live-action Robin?
I ain't ready for somebody else to play Robin, man. I'm just not.
Yeah,
I want it.
Why can't you bring him back? So Donald is Robin.
What else is he doing?
Tired, fat.
I'll say that Christopher, it's your manager. Turns up there DC comic books gonna do a brand new movie there. It just so happens to be there's a slot for Mr. Robin.
No, but I'm in my 50s. I can't play that.
You're the boy Wonder Boy. It's all a state of mind. You see, you're only as young as you feel. All you got to do is feel 27 again.
Well, I barely fit into my pants now, let alone that skin tight suit. How do you expect me to do that?
But perhaps you've done a lot of squats there, boy. Maybe you're a little thicker around the hips and quads than you were before. It'll be all right. A cape will cover it all up. It'll be just fine.
I like Southern Nick. I like this.
I do too.
Yeah.
Let me take a drink of my sweet tea.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna egg him on the whole fucking show.
All right, they got Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. This is going to be, I think, a live-action movie as well.
There'll be women playing superheroes. That's shit.
I hope this Woman of Tomorrow's got tomorrow's dinner plan and the rest of the week, for that matter.
Yep, that's right. I like Southern Nick movie reviews. I like this. Swamp Thing, another project here coming up here. So, how this is a movie or a series? Oh, it's a movie as well. Swamp Thing.
Yeah,
I never knew that was a DC thing because there was a show. Wasn't there
a couple movies
like in the '90s or was it movie? Yeah, like I had action figures of him.
And it's it's going to be a horror movie. I thought it may have said rated R. Maybe I read that wrong, but I know it's going to be DC's foray into a horror movie.
It's a much more horrific film. Will still the Swamp Thing interact with other characters, he said. I like it. So it's interesting. It's also funny you see the different versions of. So Marvel has the Man Thing. Now Man Thing made an appearance in the Werewolf by Night.
I love a good Man Thing.
My friend, that boy Joey's got a big old Man Thing as well. Yes, it does. Congratulations, Joseph.
Very good. And the television series Creature Commandos. Now this is what I was thinking of here. That's at the references crossed here. So this is going to be like a military band of. So it's a Frankenstein's monster teaming up with a werewolf, a vampire, and a Gorgon to fight Nazis in World War II. I love it. I'm watching it. Whatever.
Yes.
When is it available? That's great.
Right.
So definitely has a feel also of the Suicide Squad that James Gunn did a very good job with. I know you all agree with that.
Yeah.
But real quick, in Swamp Thing, isn't it really hot in the swamp? especially in the South?
Oh, it gets quite swampy, my friend. The term swamp ass is not for nothing, let me tell you. Oh, yeah, especially down on the bayou.
sorry.
My Lord, it does get hot. Woo, I need another sip of this here ice-cold Southern sweet tea just to cool me off just a bit.
He's now getting to, like, preacher form.
Where is my fam?
I don't know. You don't have any on this show.
Oh, you're listening out there, mother. Oh, you're listening out there. There's my fan. My sweet mama.
All right, also Waller. So he's really running with this whole Suicide Squad.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it's not too much, right? So now you got Waller. So Waller is based on it's the woman who ran the Suicide Squad. It's going to be the same actress. So it's her series, right? So now you got, I hope I hope they're not saturating this too much. It's like
is it Viola Davis?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So she's going to play the same character for a series.
She's good. I think she won an Academy Award, didn't she? Or something like, or at least nominated?
I don't know about that, but she was very good. Lanterns. There'll be another series of the Green Lantern Corps. It's going to focus on how...
Somebody turn on the goddamn lantern, please.
That's right.
I want the green one, the blue one, the mahogany brown one, the royal blue one.
I need the lantern to check on the plantation.
That's right.
Yes.
Make sure we keep the piss away now.
Easy.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the vermin, Dinas.
Yeah. So it's going to focus on Hal Jordan and John Stewart. So it's I like this. Reintroduce Green Lantern, get the whole Lantern Corps. You do tons and tons of it. There's so many Lantern Corps across the galaxy. But the main two were Hal Jordan was the first Green Lantern, and John Stewart was one of the first black superheroes. So
fantastic.
These guys are going to team up.
Oh, you can tell a joke on Comedy Central, and then you can just wear a goddamn Green Lantern. Big deal.
Paradise
John
Lost.
Stewart.
It's going to be a series that focuses on the island where Wonder Woman grew up. So the Amazon island, full of where Wonder Woman was born.
Beautiful country down there.
Yes. Yes.
He's going to cut you, Mike.
We got some big, healthy women down there.
There's some large, healthy women.
That's right.
Only a few men can truly satisfy their urges. Mm-hmm. Come with me, Joseph. You and I will head down to the Amazonian island.
All right, real quick. I do want to touch back real quick. Viola Davis won Best Supporting Actress in 2017. She is Academy Award winner.
For what role?
In the movie Fences.
Okay.
She was nominated in 2021. She was nominated in 2012 and 2009. So she's a nominee and Academy Award nominee and winner.
Okay, there you have it.
So why wouldn't you give her own show? You know what I mean? If you have her, not disposal, but if you have her on your
absolutely
on your team,
great. She's great. All that role in all these movies, the series Peacemaker and the Suicide Squad, she's terrific. So, absolutely, we'll see more of her for sure. And Booster Gold, I'm not familiar with this hero, but the concept is very interesting.
Is that Turbo Man's sidekick? Are they giving Booster a show?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I think it's loosely based. Like he does have like a I'm assuming probably the creators of the movie were fans of this character because it does have a very similar look to Turbo Man.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does have like the gold goggles and stuff. So the concept here, so this guy he has the ability to time travel, and he pretends to be a superhero because he knows the events that's going to happen. So something along that line. So in the 25th century, he is a disgraced former football star who uses a time machine on display in the Metropolis Space Museum. So he travels back in time and pretends to be a superhero. Interesting concept.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Absolutely. It's
I'd go back in time and be a fraud. Totally.
I'm just going to say, Nick, that Dean has traveled back in time to pretend to be an entertaining podcaster.
Right. There you go. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And really, in the future, people don't think I'm funny, but when I come back here, hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
what?
Yeah.
The crickets always sound off every time you tell a joke, so they're fans. Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
But I can't hear those crickets. That's weird.
Nick, I hear those crickets.
I hear them
now.
Sounds like they're starting to ruckus out there. They're getting a little louder now, aren't they? Yeah.
Hopefully the volume goes up over that goddamn accent at this point.
Yep.
Oh, now don't take it out on me, young Dean. Come on now. It don't have to be handled this way.
First of all, thank you for the young part.
You're young in comparison to my southern gentleman, of course. You are certainly on the back nine of your life. Do not get me wrong, but you are still young in comparison to me.
We need a name for this guy.
Cecil. His name is Cecil.
Cecil. All right.
I feel like his name is Cecil.
Very good. I like it.
Hey, did you like that video? You know you did, and we know you did. So stop screwing around and go like that video, subscribe to our channel, and join us for some more.
Ham gravy.